Welcome back to the Whiskey Couch with South Africa's whiskey couple, myself, Gustav, and next to me,
Elna.
Gustav and Elna at the Whiskey Couch. And this is our third review this year, 2019, I think.
Yes, and it is our whiskey tasting and food pairing review number 213.
213.
Wow.
Now, 213 and 214, we've got two very, very special bottles. The highest ABV that we have had at the Whiskey Couch ever. So we've got a Glenlivet bottle, single cask strength, and we have a Highland Park following this review. But for today, and we're gonna, maybe at the end we'll decide which of the two is really the best. But for today, Glenlivet 11-year-old from the Glenlivet Distillery. When was that founded?
That was founded in 1824.
So that gives us almost 200 years ago. And looking at our Scotland map here, Lowland, Highland, and the very well-known Speyside region right there, that is where Glenlivet would be. In the Speyside region, in the northern Highland of Scotland. The name Glenlivet comes from the Gaelic word which means the glen through which the river Livet flows. And
that's beautiful.
And if I'm not mistaken, owned by Chivas brothers, part of the Pernod group. Of course, Glenlivet, part of the big three producers and sellers of single malt.
Okay.
Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, and Macallan.
I think we didn't mention, but the ABV is 66.9%.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever tried a whiskey.
We have got the normal 12-year-old, if you could just hold that for me. We've got the 12-year-old here. Now the 12-year-old is 43%. You can see it on the bottle there. 12-year-old 43%, which is 86% proof. And then we have the Nadura Oloroso, which is 60.7%, which is 121 proof. But this guy right here, like you said, 66.9. Look at that.
This is going to be a wow.
So 66.9 gives you what? 130, I don't know, 134 proof, if my calculation is correct. So this beautiful bottled for the Whiskey Brother by Signatory from Glenlivet, 11 years old, distilled 27, bottle 2018, cask number 900147, 291 bottles.
Wow.
Matured in first full Sherry Hogshead. That's why you've got that beautiful color.
It is a beautiful color.
Like a dark mahogany, dark sherry.
Beautiful.
And the bottle it's darker because of the thicker volume. But here we go. A very dark sherry color. My balance is not too good today. The whiskey is all over the place. I don't know if there's a leg forming on that glass yet.
Yes, I can see it.
Can you see it there?
Yeah.
It is taking a long time. It is just like lingering there at the top. Look at that. It's almost as it doesn't want to form a leg. I think it's so viscous and there we go.
Yeah.
Something happening now there. Thick, the high alcohol, probably the thinness of the legs, but quite syrupy and just sticking to the glass there. Non-chill filtered, natural color. And that is the most important. So very high, not to be taken lightly. So we're going to take this careful, almost 67% ABV. On the nose, I'm getting the slightest of alcohol burn on the nose, but not what I expected.
No, that's interesting too. I was expecting a lot more alcohol.
Just nippy. And I'm getting a lot of sherry.
I get grape candyfloss.
Sherry, grape candy floss, dried
I'm
fruit. I'm getting dried fruit.
Definitely grape sherbet as well.
Sultanas and peaches. Lots of, it's a very fruity.
Oh, it's
But there's also the dark
very
honey, almost like molasses, sweet molasses.
I also get cinnabon.
Cinnabon buns and candy apple. Okay, I can't wait. Shall we do this?
Yes.
Slanger.
Slanger. Very, very intense.
It's like a flavor explosion. I took the tiniest of sips, almost a few drops, and it just exploded.
Sherry.
Intensely rich, like you said, very intense. Very little alcohol that overwhelms you, but syrupy. And I'm getting a hint of strawberry.
I get a lot of sherry.
That first full Sherry Hogshead is leaving its imprint on this whiskey, that's for sure.
As well as dark chocolate.
Molasses from the nose on the palate.
I would say sherry dark chocolate. The dark chocolate that you get with the sherry inside. I get that. Definitely that.
And dark chocolate with cherry inside, even well. Peppery. At the end, a slight peppery. Yes, there's a little bit of Christmas spices with the pepperiness, but also the nutmeg, cinnamon, but a forever long finish.
Oh yes.
As I'm sitting here, the flavors is they're just lingering,
keep on.
warm, dry, right at the end. Initially oily and thick, and then dry towards the end.
The finish is also dark bitter chocolate.
There's just a lot going on here. I can put a lot of water in here with this 66%. And like we always say, you can continue to add water until you hit that sweet spot where it suits your palate. With the extreme heat conditions in South Africa, most people would add a tiny cube of ice just to cool the liquid down. A little bit of water now. Dark dried fruits, dark plums.
I still get the
dates.
grape
Candy still there?
Still candy.
Dark
but also
honey
now
syrup.
Espresso coffee.
It's as if the coffee is now coming towards, arriving on the scene.
Yes.
On the palate. Oh, now it's smooth, velvety.
Very, very smooth.
It's like sweet, dark fruit stewed and then drizzled with treacle syrup and then sprinkled with caramel and mint dark chocolate. I'm also getting a hint of mint right at the end after I added water. So, in summary, what would we say about Glenlivet from Signatory, independent bottlers, but bottled for Whisky Brother in Johannesburg, South Africa? I would say breathtaking.
Oh yes,
breathtaking. And this is 1,200 rand, which translates to £60 and about $75, which is a really, really good price. But pairing this beauty with a food snack, we thought you need something meaty, you need something sweet chutney-like to go with this powerful dram. So we have taken We've got pretzels, mini pretzels. That's what we've got. Pretzel snacks. And this is what they look like. They are slightly salty. We've put on that we have pulled pork. You can see it there. Pulled pork. And on top of the pulled pork we have chocolate chutney.
That was a wow.
Chutney fruit.
That's the first.
Sweet fruit chutney.
It's the first time that we ever tasted chocolate chutney.
Yes, it's sweet fruit chutney with chocolate shavings. And the chocolate is not overwhelming.
No.
So, and this is what we have for the other tasting, and that is it. So, pretzel, pulled pork, sweet fruit chutney with chocolate. So, chocolate chutney. I've got one here for you.
Thank you.
It's going to be one massive, fantastic bite. So, we've got the fruitiness that'll go with this dram. We've got the chocolate that'll go with this dram. We've got the meaty, slightly salty that's going to go fantastic. It's going to be a salty, sweet. Here we go. I can have more of this.
This is an experience. Definitely a perfect pairing.
It just blends together.
I would say this is one of our really good pairing.
5 out of 5 pairing for me.
This is good. This is really good. I'm excited about it because it's our first time that we ever tried chocolate chutney.
And the most beautiful thing is the chocolate is not overwhelming. It is just as if it just enhances everything. Wow,
Really
this
good.
is fantastic.
Really good.
We're going to spend a bit more time with this dram and that snack that's left there. So, until we get to the next video, which is going to be the Highland Park 12-year-old 66 ABV, if I remember correctly, but we'll tell you exactly in the next video. Until then, from Gustav and
Elna.
Slanja.
Slanja.